All right, hello and welcome everyone to Cybercast Ep82, the Transformer Video Podcast. My name is Josh, also known as G1 Hextron. I'm joined with my buddy Jaim, also known as Victory Saber 77. Got a huge show for you guys today. If you're one of those people that like third-party things, then this is definitely going to be one of those shows that you really enjoy. Got a couple of Dakar, a couple of Masterpiece, and then the rest is just all third-party. I've got some news as well, but before we get into that, I'm going to let my co-host introduce himself, tell you where you can find him, and also tell you about our shows.
I am Jaim, Victory Saber 77. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube, and we have a whole bunch of shows. We have the eBay shopping show, which is every other Thursday on G1 Hexatron's channel at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check that out. We just aired one previously on Brave, and the next show will be November 13th. We also have the Aftercast, which is on my channel, and it's airs every Saturday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, which just a bunch of guys hanging out, talking about Transformers and collectibles and other things, so check that out also. And you're watching the Cybercast right now, so there you go.
All right, and as far as myself, you can find me G1 Hextron on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. My Facebook page is the G1 Hextron, and that's where all the things we're going to be taking a look at today, they're all located on that Facebook page. So if you want to look at whenever I post the pictures on the page, then you can go ahead and like that page if you like. Also, if you want to look at some of the pictures or comment and stuff like that. A couple of things we want to cover real quick as far as movies and games that are coming out, this weekend, or they're going to be coming out as far as games this Tuesday, or I guess a Monday midnight release. But movies, Before I Go to Sleep, that's with Nicole Kidman. And I think Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 28%. Now, I don't always go completely off what they say, but it's a pretty low rating. Nightcrawler, on the other hand, actually had a better rating than Gone Girl, which I thought was an excellent movie. And I think it was at 94%. Plus, it looks a little interesting from what I saw in the trailers. So if you haven't seen the trailers, I mean, you probably have because they're advertising it every 5 minutes. Go ahead and take a look at it. You can probably find it on YouTube. It looks pretty good. It's with Jake Gyllenhaal. As far as games, it's the big game. That it's almost the exact same every single year. The fans, they cry about it every single year. They want dedicated servers. Look, you're going to buy the game regardless, so why aren't they going to pay extra money for dedicated servers? But that is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's going to be on all platforms. If you check your probably Walmart and I know GameStop and all the other places, they usually do a midnight release and got to show up pretty early. I don't know, around 10. I think I did one of those one year. Forget which game it was for though. I haven't played it in 2.5 years. So, do you play any Call of Duty, James?
No, sorry.
You're still trying to work your way out of games out of the mid '90s.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I still need to plug in my Super Nintendo, man. That's my favorite system. It's got so many good games.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Oh, and another thing, as far as that game, if you want it, Xbox One is doing a holiday sale. They're going to have some kind of bundle pack like they do sometimes with the Call of Duty and the Xbox One. So I think that'll be that, what is it, 400 or whatever. But for just the system alone for the holiday, if you're thinking about buying one right now, you might want to wait just a couple of weeks because they're going to be going down in price by $50. So
nice.
Kind of a little jab at PlayStation as well. As far as news for Transformers, Michael Bay will not be directing Transformers 5.
Nice.
I'm a little too excited about that, It was his decision, obviously. They're not going to be like, hey, thanks for making us all this money, but you're fired. So he said he went on to do something else.
Yeah. Go
Cybercast Episode 84, so 2 weeks from today, that's going to be November 15th. We're going to have a third-party guest on versus Forge. So they have started off with making a throne that we'll take a look at a little bit later here. So basically some final images with some comparisons and kind of get, pick their mind a little bit and find out, what they intend to do as they go further. They want to stay on accessories. They want to get into bots. If they just want to do accessories, what are they kind of looking at? Kind of like if you saw last week's episode with Omnigonics. You can kind of get an idea of how we do those third-party interviews. As far as a news segment, whenever we get done with the Transformer news, we're going to start doing this every week to where we just kind of, from what we talked about, we're going to pick 3 things, not necessarily that we're going to buy these, but if we had to, we're only allowed to buy 3 things that we looked at, what are those top 3 purchases that we looked at this today, so for this week. And that's something that, we're going to continue on next week as well. Also, as far as a topic, someone mentioned on the Facebook page, I believe it was Robert West, so thanks a lot, man, many factions. And I thought since there were so many third-party things that we're going to be talking about today, is we could kind of like twist that up a little bit and say what, many factions should we want to see, or do we want to see third-party companies do? So we'll get more into that towards the end of the show. You got anything to share or before we get into the robots?
No, not really. I mean, had a good Halloween. That was about it. I mean, got a lot of candy, or at least my kids got a lot of candy, which I took my cut, so it was all good. So.
Well, you're the owner of the house, so you automatically get that, 15% cut off the top. So, and you get to select. It's like pour all your stuff out. All right, taking all the good stuff. I was retweeting some of the things because some people, they were like taking pictures and saying some of the stuff that got handed out at their as far as trick or treating whenever they were taking their kids. Like one guy was like, my kid took a single little Starburst candy that in like a bucket full of full candy bars. Like they weren't given the fun size; they were given like the full-fledged candy bars. And he picks a little Starburst. He goes, almost left them there.
Nice.
There was people handing out gluten-free energy bars and stuff like that. It's always funny to see what people hand out.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing, Takara, we can see some in-hand images of this guy, Lyle Convoy.
Nice. Looks really nice. I do wish that it was the metallic version that they were releasing, but still a nice piece to have if you don't have the Robot Master size.
There's quite a few weapons with him.
Yeah, he does have quite a bit. A little too much. It's a nice figure. It's the best Lao Convoy out.
Now, is this some type of gimmick here?
Yeah, he's got the claws that come out, kind of like in his original release in Beast Wars 2nd. So.
Oh. I guess he's a cute little kitty. So.
His robot mode's fantastic. I'm not a big fan of his beast mode, but that's whatever.
Nice metallic head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously Takara, so we kind of expect some of these things. All right. All right. So this is the reason why I never really got into any type of Beast War things. Is it just seems shelf warmery, even though that robot mode does look good. I don't know. I mean, I look at Galleon, from Gal Gaigar, and that's an awesome line with awesome articulation.
Oh yeah.
In both modes, so there that is. Next we have Congo. So.
Nice. Optimus Primal or Beast Convoy. Not bad.
I guess this is another little gimmick here.
Yep. It's essentially the exact same.
Oh, dude, he's got somebody's head in there.
Yeah, it's his mace.
Oh.
It's a nice little melee weapon he has, but it's the anniversary version, so you got the kind of the different chest, different head, sculpt and stuff. So you have the open mouth, so he's more show accurate. Really nice. Ultra class figure. Doesn't have the mutant mask though. They took that out, but I'm fine with that. A lot of people were like, they like this, but they really wanted just a new molded Optimus Primal to go with the new Rhinox and Rat Trap and such. But
they're too busy making our G1 stuff.
yeah, there you go.
You guys get what you get, okay?
They should have flocked him, so he's got a little bit of textured, hair.
That would have been nice. All right, now already getting into the Masterpiece stuff. There's only two. Like, you see all these tabs? Like, there's this and one more thing. We're talking about Masterpiece, and the rest of it's all third party. So, if you're one of those people that only like officially licensed stuff, then I guess it was a short show for you. But maybe you'll stick around. The gold version of Masterpiece Megatron here. And we get some clearer images. We can see, on the back of the box and stuff like that here.
I like that picture. That was that MP10 that was with them on the back there. I mean, they must have pushed Megatron back quite a bit so they could be in scale with each other.
They actually have him like sitting on like a shoebox.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't have Megatron, right?
No, I do not. And I kind of. What now?
Does this entice you to finally pick him up? Want to pick him up?
I like the gun robust stuff, and I want to get all of the guns. I want to get all the versions of Megatron. The Diaclones and all the other previous G1 Megatrons out there. I want to get Magnum and the Roll Browning and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Even whenever I look at this. Because I just keep my MP1. He's mint seal box, and the only ones because I love the scale of what they're doing now. I do like this gold gun. I think it looks cool, but it's $200.
Yeah.
And it's also going to come with this little reflector thing.
Oh, it does. Okay.
But yeah, let me just go back here just so you have something to look at because I wanted to kind of say a little piece here. If I'm going to go spend $200 to get a Megatron, I kind of want the original colors he's supposed to be, if I'm going to spend $200 on him. But then he's not going to be in the scale that I want. Now, we're going to take a look at it a little bit later here. X-Transbots is doing the MP10 scale Megatron, and some people were asking on Facebook, but I believe that is going to be only $150. It's up for pre-order on a couple of places right now. It's somewhere. It's like $150, $160. So either way you go, it's cheaper than this, and it's in the right scale that you want. There's also, there's Bold Forms that's making, like a Megatron gun as well, or not. We thought that they were going to make a gun. Anyways, there's a couple of other places that are going to be making the, Megatron MP10 scale, and this is where. What we see, history repeating itself. And I've kind of had someone, whisper in my ear that there's going to be a version 2 Megatron, MP10 scale, that they predict it will be there for 2015. So you can't just, that's not 100%, but back that up with. They've had a long time now to make an MP10 size Megatron.
Yeah.
And they're just now doing it. And like we've said before, third-party companies, like we just talked to Omnigonics last week, it can turn around anywhere from 3 months to 9 months, however. They can even get it out in 6 months if they want, and that's making a Masterpiece style product. Where Hasbro, Takar, they take somewhere around 2.5 years. They can see, a lot of them use the same factories, and so they can see this is coming down the assembly line. Oh, well, let's go ahead and knock that sucker out, and get, we can sell ours, before they come out with the officially licensed one. Because if you wait till then you're probably not going to sell as much of the product that you intended to.
Yeah. That might be kind of nice. Little KFC, Citizen Stack, Takara Ultra Magnus type of scenario with Megatron. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and I mean it's just here we have these headmasters started coming out with third-party products. Why are you just now coming out with this? Okay, well here comes a headmaster brainstorm. We saw with the Roadbuster. Okay, here's some Roadbuster third-party stuff. Okay, now here's a Hasbro car Roadbuster. I mean, we see it happen all the time, and we've said before, a good way to kind of gauge what might be coming out in the future as far as Masterpiece or just generations for Hasbro Takara, look at what third-party companies are coming out with now, and then think a year from now.
Yeah.
So something you guys just might want to consider, but we're talking spending $200, $150. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. Just like I can still go and get that, original colored version Megatron. I'm probably gonna, today I can probably still go get that gold version for I might pay $10 more.
Yeah.
If I'll wait a year, if I'm not, going to get my version 2, but I'm pretty sure I am.
Cool. Got a couple of comments here.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick. BVZXA3. He says his TRU Asian MP10 reissue is on its way. Now he can get the full, get into full. Now I can get full into MP again, which is cool. He also states that he used to own the original Robot Masters, Lao Convoy, Optimus Primal, Convoy Seekers, and Victory Saber to be. I think he said, they're too small. They were really nice and sturdy, and they came with DVDs. Yeah, those were the metal versions, which were really nice. Dalton says, I want that Robot Masters Lao Convoy. And Dalton also says, interested. Oh, I just lost it. Interested to see what Transformers 5 will be like without Bay, less exploding grass, because the exploding grass is the signature of Power Rangers and such. And Charles states his Call of Duty days are done, but he is chomping at the bits for the Master Chief Collection and Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, okay.
So, cool.
It just kind of reminds me, I haven't powered on my Xbox in like 2 months. Anyways, but for Bumblebee, kind of covered this before, you can see it a little bit better, but the 3 faces of Bumblebee, you're going to get kind of a... Oh, this is kind of just the blank look. He's kind of grinning here. And then, obviously, the, Transform... Or not the Transformer, but... They're all obviously Transformer, but the toy version here.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to display with? I think I'm going to go with, like, little Happy Bee here, because that's way... I want to display the way he looked in cartoon.
Yeah, I do. I kind of want him in the toy form. So with the battle mask, kind of the mouth bleed. I don't know why, but I kind of like that.
Well, it's good they put those options out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, now getting into the third-party news, thought we would kick off with Omnigonics. We did have them on as a guest last week. If you're interested in checking out the interview, it was, I think, the first 25 or 30 minutes of the show. Really great guest, really great guy. This is one of those things to where they're making this as a masterpiece style, Sunstreaker. And, there's a lot of, companies or products that you look at and you're like, well, like with the Megatron, I like it. I want to hold off because I want to get, the officially licensed. But then there's some to where you're like, I can definitely buy that, and I don't have to worry about an officially licensed one come out. I mean, we look at, the Dinobots by Fans Toys. I kind of feel that way, that I would still be happy with them because I think that they're offering something else there. This is a really nice product, and he's got some more features here that we can kind of show off. I like the way that this turned out.
Yeah.
And check this out. This is what I think is cool. So the fist, you pull this section down that folds into there, and then you can pull out this little gun thing here, his hand cannon. So it's not something that you fold his fist in and you got to plug something on like you do with Soundwave. It's a little bit I guess, designed better.
Hmm.
So
Definitely.
it's cool.
I like that. Less things you have to store or get lost, essentially.
And you kind of see the movement here as far as the legs. And this is what he was talking about, last week. So we got Spin Out, Drift King, and the, this is one that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the one that I'm probably getting right there. Hopefully it gets to that. Hopefully this was so good and I can get this guy. All right, we took a look at them last week. Because we had like new prototype images or test shots of Mastermind Creations Nova Lord. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name that they call him. You guys, you third-party companies, man, you guys are killing me with these names you guys come up with. But as far as comparisons, you can see him with Masterpiece Pro. It's going to be a pretty nice size figure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now we can see him in his truck mode too. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's different than what we got with like Make Toys such. So you can have a different Nova Prime.
I do like it whenever third-party companies do that, to where they're like, "Look, we want ours to look completely individual." To where it's even a case to where both look awesome, and you might, if you're a fan, I mean, you might even buy two
Yeah.
because they don't look like they're trying to sell you the same thing. I think that was it. Yeah. All right, KFC's Transistor. You're gonna have the what are those little speakers there? I think
Hmm.
that's a nice little throw in.
Yeah, that is.
And we looked at this picture last week as well. You can see them there with Sound Blaster. Sorry, had to get another cough drop. Sore throat. Something that they did change up on the previous hand, where the thumb was just kind of stationary, like you see with a lot of your masterpiece figures. This one now it looks like it actually has some articulation in the thumb to where it can like move up.
Okay.
And there you can kind of see a little bit better shot. So that's going to have a ball joint and then another joint here.
It's always nice, but hopefully the joint is strong enough because that's one thing that I like, but then I don't like depending on the size of the gun, as long as you can hold it.
And like the Lambors, man, they got some problems trying to hold their guns.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
just not tight enough. It seems when it tries to fit in their hand, or where in that little groove that you're supposed to plug it into their hand, their
Hmm.
palm. For some reason, it's just not tight enough.
Sweet
So
with the bot.
you're gonna get two bla Blaster's gonna get two blasters, and yeah. I do really dig the metallic paint on there. I think that's gonna satisfy a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, slap an Autobot sticker on it, and you got your G1 blaster.
I mean, like the spots right there. I mean,
It's perfect. Now, if we get a twin cast out of it to go with our MP Sound Blaster, that'd be great.
yeah, that would have been a better comparison to do it with Soundwave instead of Sound Blaster. Man, I'm sure they will. KFC ain't got no shame doing any repaints. They'll do it.
There we go.
With Soundwave, yeah. Have that epic battle scene between those two from Headmasters. And you can see the left buttons over here, the three to the left here, are going to be stationary, and just that one working one over there. And where is it? This is what I wanted to kind of point out, as this was the problem with the G1, is where Blaster's supposed to be a boombox, Soundwave's obviously just a Walkman. For younger guys, Discman, or even younger guys, your iPod, that's what he was. This was going to be like stereo. But this is obviously supposed to be larger than the Walkman here, but whenever you, like we just saw, whenever you put them into robot mode, they still scale up correctly as far as the same height, and that's the way they're supposed to be. And it's just whenever you look back, to G1, they just couldn't get it right. Like Blaster just towers above everyone else, like he's like as tall as Minosaur.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think they got that right. That was really, I think that's important for them making the masterpiece.
Yeah, give us both modes, but don't sacrifice on size. Like keep them so they're.
You nailed it on both sizes.
Yeah.
Transformations.
Real quick, got a couple of other comments. BVZXA3 says Bolt Matrix review of Hasbro's Brainstorm is a letdown. He's had very bad QC issues. He hopes that is not like that. I'm sure they're not all going to be like that. I mean, a lot of the people that get these first reviews are not always, the final product, it seems like at times.
Yeah, it's just like, there's been several. Even Dakota had one time, buying off a Chinese eBay seller, stolen from factory when it wasn't,
yeah,
final, and then doing it. So don't buy too much into that. This is the Fans Project Slag, but this is supposed to be the Diaclone color one.
That's not bad. And going back to the Brainstorm, since it's retail too, you can always return it, exchange it out. So
not at Target.
Well, we won't get into that just yet.
Yeah, so not bad looking, and you kind of were saying that this is maybe like the best one for like Chug.
Yeah.
And this also has the chrome, to where I believe on where it has the chrome here, that the mass release one, because this was kind of like an exclusive thing, where he's just regular Slag is not going to have it, I believe is what I saw or read. So just heads up.
Yeah, that sucks. That's going to drive up the price.
All right, Unique Toys. Again, I gotta apologize because, man, I was dissing your Predaking. I was making fun of it. I was mean. I apologize. But this, your Abominus, as far as your individual modes here for your guys, I don't know about the combined form. I got to see that all put together with it in color and stuff like that. But these guys look awesome looking.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, but again, I kind of want to see another company kind of tackle them, so I can really, because I mean, as of right now, looking at this, and this is the only thing that I can see, yeah, it looks really good. But
it's the same thing with Predaking. Unique Toys is the first one to come out with it. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, man, it's glad we're finally getting one of those. Then, Mastermind Creations, was like, and started showing stuff of theirs, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a bad comparison here. Let's not even. Well, it's like you kind of think like, well, this one girl, let's say, is good looking or whatever, and you're like, yeah, man, dude, she's a 10, and then you actually see a real 10, and you're like, oh, well, she's more like a 6. It just kind of puts things a little bit more in perspective. I'm sorry for the female viewers. I
Gosh.
didn't like that comparison, but I was just trying to
It's,
explain. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head.
you probably should have just kept that to yourself.
Yeah,
Yep,
they do look good together though.
they do.
But like I said, let's see what other companies come out with. There's some nice little color in here.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Unique Toys. It does really look nice, but as we've seen in the past with everything else with the combiner world, it's competition. There's going to be two, three other companies that are going to be announcing their abominus here soon. So,
Yeah, there's no reason to just like jump on first thing. Like as we saw with you know how many times I saw like Unique Toys, Predacons or whatever, for sale, or people trying to sell them for really cheap because now they're like 2 or 3 figures in, but then they see Mastermind Creations or TFCs and they're like, oh, well, now I got to get rid of these and I got to start buying the other ones and just kind of wait, sit back.
yeah.
Because yeah, there will be at least 3 companies come out with it. Mastermind Creations is going to be coming out with one, and Make Toys said that they're going to be coming out with. It's going to be the same figures as Quantron. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. It's going to be the same figures as Quantron. They're going to do some retooling, but they're going to repaint it, and that's going to be like their Abominus.
Okay.
I wish they would just do a regular one, but all right.
So, kind of that strafe that we were looking at from Make Toys, that was
Yeah.
like we were thinking, oh, that's Cutthroat or whoever. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, so that really will be their Cutthroat.
oh okay, that's cool.
But they're gonna like modify some of the other stuff to make it. It's kind of like a retool, like you have Springer and Sandstorm.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll wait to the Mastermind Creations one though. All right, so this is from TFC, First Aid. I don't know their fake names on these, but a lot of panels going on here.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll all be colored uniform, so they're
Yeah.
not like darker, lighter, darker.
The other thing is, whenever I notice, whenever you have like a lot of panels and stuff like this, is everything kind of like get it snapping together properly. I know we're looking at prototype, but I'm just using an example like this looks like it's popping out more and things aren't aligned correctly. But that's a prototype problem. That's not to say that it'll look like that, but it's a lot of swinging things going
Yeah.
on.
Would have been so nice if they would have made First Aid, you know, large enough that they could actually have an open, kind of sick bay in the back that you could stick like a small deluxe size figure or something, or I don't know, Legends
Or if
class.
it was large enough to where you can even repaint it Ironhide and Ratchet.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, you can kind of see that. Oh, well, I mean, it's not exactly Toyota van, but
yeah. But take off those lights. There you go.
yeah, it's not too far off it. The robot obviously looks, really good there. I like the way it looks. I mean, the van's a van. I mean, there's not much else you can say about it.
Yeah.
It's not like the most exciting alt mode.
First Aid's packing some heat. Thought he was a pacifist. I'm just saying. It's just
Look at them calves, man. He plays soccer whenever he's not taking care of humans. Man, he's playing some soccer, dude.
definitely a striker. Big time.
All right, taking a look at some more of the TFC protector bots. Here's oh god, what's his name? Blades.
That's Blades.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kind of disappointed there.
Yeah.
It looks more like Vortex in a way. That's what it seemed. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, okay. We're doing the Scramble City already in the third party.
That's not far off of it. They already make a Bruticus TFC.
No, not yet.
Well,
Yep, I guess that's what's up.
like take Blades and Vortex and just kind of go in between.
Yeah. Oh, they kept the gimmick from the universe with the blades on the side of his forearm there. That's kind of cool. Hmm. See, I want to
Yeah,
see a comparison with the helicopter next to like First Aid or something. Is it a little bit bigger, or if that's just a small little helicopter?
we'll take a look because we're looking at Hotspot next.
Yeah, his hotspot's huge. I mean,
God, he's huge, dude. There you go, dude. He has that the Generations Minosaur or yeah problem. To where like what Dalton and other people were saying, like he's so like compact and scrunched up there in like the chest and everything. Looks like he needs to like extend his torso a little bit. He's kind of got the same problem, but he's still bigger than everyone else.
yeah, it's not too bad though. I mean,
Like
oh well.
he's like a full head taller than Hercules there.
So my question now is TFC going to go back and redo their previous combiners? Because it seems like every combiner is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so they're not even in scale with each other anymore.
They're like our new scale is their Ares, Predaking, and Prometheus Defensor.
That
So
thing
all you
looks.
guys that bought Green Giant and uh, I'm not even gonna try to say that name because I say it wrong, but Superion, yeah, you guys are gonna have to buy new ones.
Yeah, because Defensor is taller than Superion now. They're Uranos, definitely
Bruticus is supposed to be bigger and stuff than him. So how big is Bruticus gonna be?
bigger. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I mean there he is with Superion.
He's a lot chunkier and bulkier. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, Superion's a little bit more streamlined. Like, he's just wow. Even his arms, look how big, thick they are, dude.
And
You
he
would
looks
never think that he's like, look, I'm not about fighting. All I'm about is like saving all these humans, and actually, we want to be humans. I
yeah.
mean, that doesn't look like this guy.
No. What if Defensor had the power of having a shield? Well, he could be the shield himself. I mean, damn, he's bulky. Huh. That's cool though. I mean, I've always complained that the original G1 Defensor was too small. I mean, not as Menasor small, but still.
Oh,
Um,
well, that's what they were going for. Is they wanted to make the largest combiners from G1 the smallest, and the smallest the largest. Like Minosaur is going to be like 2 feet tall.
nice. You can take on Metroplex and Fort Max.
Takes on Unicron.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Fighter jets are smaller than rescue vehicles.
Then the Groove, the motorcycle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Groove, the motorcycle is larger than the F-16 Falcon. All right, so some new news. Giga Power. This is going to be one of your other third-party masterpiece style Dinobots. Looks
Forgot
like
all
it's
about them.
coming. What's up?
I forgot all about them.
Yeah, they said more news coming soon. Like that was a while back, and this is I guess TFCon was their opportunity to get their name circulating again as far as them coming out with something. I like the figure; it looks good.
Yeah. They're the company that went back and asked the public, the fans, if they like the design, right? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, and they actually made a couple of changes there, and that's something that they said they wanted to do. They said they're probably not going to go as in detailed as like some people were like almost like wanting to redesign the whole thing. like I think it's hard for a third-party company to kind of want to do that because every fan kind of wants a little bit different things, and there's some fans out there that they'll just find what can I complain about.
Yeah, true.
Then you get a lot of people commenting that don't have any intentions of buying the figure either. You really don't need their feedback because they're not going to be a customer. So
Yeah.
that's something we got to ask Ami. Like, how do you figure out like who are actually going to be like real customers and which ones don't? I guess it's a little hard to tell at the moment with it not being up for pre-order, but
it's cool that he can store the sword right there on his back.
Nice. Yeah, and his gun on the other side.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to have the little missile here to the side as well.
That's cool. Die-cast, I'm assuming. There's a little bit in there.
I believe they're supposed to be die-cast and chrome and stuff. The thing is there's so many of these things, and it's been a while since we've talked about this that I've kind of forgot.
Yeah. That's going to be one heavy bot. There's die-cast in there.
Gonna have to like reinforce those masterpiece shelves, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, so here you have, I believe this is Toy World, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so Toy World, Sludge, another Dinobot by another company. If you wanted to like list like find out who has Dinobots, it's a much shorter list to say what third-party companies have not done Dinobots.
Yeah. I do like how the tail tucks into the leg. It's pretty cool. So it doesn't have just it was in the other picture. Yeah, right there. You kind of see it on the side.
Yeah, kind of like your masterpiece Grimlock there.
Yeah.
With some nice chrome.
Good articulation in the head, neck. Cool.
That looks nice. And remember, it's going to be a combiner. So we do have some pictures of that, I believe, as well. They're Grimlock. You can just you can see the masterpiece MPO8 Grimlock here in the feet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, kind of the tail. It looks a little out of proportion. Like it just is huge, and then just goes really small. I don't know.
But the feet, you can obviously see the waist piece here.
Yeah.
And there's Grimlock. So instead of like the masterpiece doing all the like weird stuff you got to do with the feet, you can see that this just kind of like folds over.
Some quick comments here. Let me see here. Dalton says, I'm loving the unique toys Abominus so far, and they're not Ripper Snappers. Awesome. And Boris, I'm probably mispronouncing that, Double X. Did you guys see the Leader Class Ultra Magnus rumor?
Yeah, we don't go on rumors really, though.
Yeah.
Want something a little bit more concrete.
BVZXA3 says, I have to wait and see. MMC, Mastermind Creation, has the best Predaking hands down. Charles says, there's no question about that. Mastermind Creation's Predaking is the true king. Dalton says, I can't wait to get hold of the TFC Defensor.
And he's the one that was all hating on Generations Minosaur for kind of being chubby there, or stocky in the chest and stuff. You're a hater.
And then Charles says he wants to see Make Toys do a Defensor, but then BVZXA3, and if Charles was watching the previous shows, he'd know that Make Toys is doing one.
God, Charles.
We've covered it a couple times, Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, we find out how you don't watch the show.
Yeah. Join the Aftercast sometime too, Charles. check your email.
What do you think about the slag?
At first, I looked like a Legends class when you showed me the dinosaur mode. Yeah, right there. I was like, oh, okay. My main concern with these guys, I really don't care about their individual modes in a way. It's a combiner, so I want to see it in its combined mode. I want to see how it stacks up against some other combiners and stuff like that. That's probably my biggest focus. Oh, and there we go.
And there you go.
Nice.
Right on cue.
Right on.
We don't even rehearse the show or anything. We just press record and we just start running our mouths.
There we go.
Obviously, two different slags here, but that's obviously going to be somewhat, swoop or however they're going to do it.
I take 2 slags. That looks pretty good.
I like it with the horns there.
Yeah.
And get a close up of that face.
Nice.
A different take.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they're all different takes considering that the Dinobots never combined, so they're all completely original. I just like they didn't use Grimlock's head there.
Yeah. But it's going to be my Madgeister, whatever his name is from King X Geyser. That's what I'd use him for, because they did combine and such. So.
Well, really cool. Don't forget you also have another Dinobot combiner.
Toy Worlds.
Yeah, there's Toy Worlds, and here you have G Creations. So we'll look at their Grimlock. Snarl.
Yeah. That other one, though, the face, the head sculpt in the combined mode looked like just a really good, like a Madgeist, type of character. This looks like it would be what if the Dinobots could combine from G1.
Yeah, if they actually could. Yeah, because see, this is the different thing because they actually have kind of like a Grimlock head looking thing here. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but. So you do have that option, and here's some prototypes here. Oh well, I guess just the one. But options are always good, and the G Creations is going to be bigger too. If there are people out there that are just like, I want big, want something to take up a lot of shelf space.
Yeah.
SXS, this is going to be their Blur.
Bad.
I've been looking at this for a while now. Yeah, it looks actually pretty good. I'm surprised more companies haven't done Blur yet, considering that you can pretty much do. It's simple, especially if you want this front piece just to make it the shield and it comes off like the G1.
Mm-hmm.
Then the transformation and engineering isn't really that demanding for the rest of it, because you could like hide stuff or just have a big open gap there in the middle of the front. Seems like it'd be an easy one to do. So it's gonna be like about a Voyager size. Or I guess you could even say masterpiece scale. So yeah, see, like all this, like you take this off, that's the shield. Well, it wouldn't be hard to put many things in this mode. I mean, your arms, your legs, fold over, head, chest. It seems like it'd be an easy, for engineering.
Yeah.
So G1 accurate blur. Ooh, gonna email that to Omni. All right, here we have the X-Transbots MP10 scale Megatron. This guy is going to come with an orange cap, just so that, by U.S. laws, or if you are in the U.S. I know we have viewers from all over the world, but it's going to have the orange cap. but it can be removed. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
It's like Toy World's Hegemon, so that's nice.
Again, I think this looks beautiful. It's going to have die cast. It's going to have accessories. So really cool.
Looks really nice.
A lot of articulation in the fingers. You can see the die cast down here. Quite a few photos. And I believe the pre-order for this is up. It's about 150, 160, I believe. And the other good thing about this is it's going to come with your stock and your silencer as well.
Oh, nice. So it's complete. Cool.
Yeah, it's actually complete. So it looks like die-cast here at the end and die-cast at the feet and the heel spurs.
My biggest concern is how well does it transform? Does it transform smoothly, or is there a lot of panels popping off like the, Masterpiece, or even the Hegemon one was kind of prone to that, even though it's not Masterpiece scale, but
I mean, you raised a good point.
Die cast on weak plastic. I'm sure the plastic quality is going to be good, but
And then, this piece right here being die cast, and it's got to stand up, so you got to have a really good joint there.
yeah.
It's a nice head sculpt.
Yep. Hopefully they release it in robot mode. See, I still think they could get away with, if they don't put a picture of the gun on the box, package it in robot mode, you could get away with not putting the orange cap on there.
Looks like a lot of sliding things, and you can even see like here, you got the little metal joints right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some. That's good that there's going to be some metal stuff, sliding joints.
Oh, yeah.
I think we looked at all those, yeah. And for your gun mode,
It's too bad they didn't have an MP10 Prime next to them. Oh, there we go.
bam,
Nice.
right on cue.
Right on.
A Polyon, is that how you say that?
Polyon? Yeah.
So gun, again, prototype, so don't mind this doesn't look like it's connecting there, anything. It looks like there's going to be like a break right there.
It's pretty thick stock there, handle. Kind of like the Masterpiece we have now, almost.
And you're going to be able to do all the stuff you did with your G1.
Cool.
It's going to come with all these pieces. And that there you go. I think that's a really good sell there. Because again, you go with, if you went with this, it's the MP10 scale. You just keep the little version 2 thing that I said about 2015. Put that to the side. But as far as just this versus you getting either the gold, Masterpiece, or even the silver one, this is MP10 scale. It's very accurate to what you'd want it to be, and it comes with all the extra accessories. And I believe that you could get that with the Megatron by a third-party company, but then that's extra.
Yeah.
And those are quite expensive as well too. So, and this is going to be $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's just win-win-win all over the board. That this would be a better option.
Definitely.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you want that G1 looking, Megatron, that's the one right there. I mean, we have to be honest. I mean, will Takara give us enough, straight up G1 looking, or are they gonna have to tweak it because of the guns and all that type of stuff, laws and everything? I mean, at least a third party company is willing to tackle it, which I really do appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. And then whenever let's say you do get a version 2 in 2015, you're probably not going to get all the silencer and the stock and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be the gun. It would be nice if it came with that. Anyways, we're taking a look at Planet X, another Dinobot company, and their Snarl. These are supposed to be kind of the fall of Cybertron design, so they're a little bit different. They're not going like with G1 style looking.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game in a while, so I don't even remember if that's completely accurate or not, but it's close enough. I can't really say that, yeah, it looks like a robot dinosaur or a Cybertronian dinosaur, because one, I've never seen a dinosaur, and two, I've never seen a robot dinosaur. So. I don't know. This one, I think that they're, was it Calcium or something like that? Their swoop, I thought that looked better.
Oh, Callus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Callus was nice, and I liked the fact that it could interact with the Hasbro Takara, Fall of Cybertron Grimlock.
Wonder if they got any kind of Easter eggs for us, like that, where maybe they all kind of do something together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's the name of this company? Oh, God. I told myself I was going to remember it, but I completely forgot. All right, well, sorry. It's like a 3-letter thing. It's always hard to remember the little letter ones. But Alpha Trion, we looked at this months back, and now we're just kind of seeing the colored prototypes now. God, it's been a long time since I forgot completely about this thing. There's a look at it.
Yeah.
It turns into that, which I think is a nice alt mode for them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy with the Bacon version. Give me an Ultra Trion. That would be cool. But that's cool. It's a nice alt mode. I do like that. It's different.
Yeah. What we got? Bold forms. So there's their Megatron. And get a little look at the tank thing, which it's a little weird.
Okay.
So, yeah. I was expecting it to look more G2. I don't think that can't be
the entire
complete.
bot that transforms into that thing.
That can't be complete. There's
That's
something
weird.
that's got to be missing here. So I'm like, where the heck is the rest of them? But they're Motormaster.
Nice.
Better look at them. I noticed that last week I kept on calling him Minosaur, and Jaim, you never corrected me, so
Sorry, I didn't.
I called him like Minosaur like 5 times.
All right, well, I'll correct you now. I mean, I didn't want to, stop you and say, you mean this, right? Didn't want you. I mean, just have your senior moment. It's all right. It's all good.
They happen. They do. All right. What else we got? What the heck? We just looked at you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is what I wanted to show. Helm in his truck mode, and you can see that they're little, or these cannons actually look like
Look like G1.
G1.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're coming out because it's going to be a combiner. They're coming out with the rest of them. Curious to see. I think Breakdown was the next one that they're going to come out with. So curious to see more prototype images of him, so we can get a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so these are the DX9 War and Pocket series. So you get your Galvatron, Scourge, Cyclonus. So these are going to be like legend size.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, they'll go with like the Generations Metroplex. And
Yeah,
not bad.
I think that was it on them. Yeah. Uh, KFC, they're going to be making a eject and rewind.
Imagine that.
I mean, it only makes sense. So
I wonder what they're going to be called. Insert and fast forward. What are they going to call them?
oh, that's great.
I should patent that because they probably are going to call them that.
You should, Ben. You can be like, my Dallas Cowboys. Like that, the whole reason why they became a team is Redskins weren't gonna vote them into the NFL, so they bought the Redskins theme song and said, if you ever play this again, then we'll keep on suing you, or we'll let you have the rights to it. I'll sell you the rights to it, but you have to vote us into the NFL. You do the same thing with them. You just hold it hostage. Well, I need free transistor. I need free.
You just need free products for the next 10 years.
Yeah. So probably it's I think the slogan for this company is kind of dumb, but you know what? It's stuck in my head. So it did its job. But Clone Droid,
Oh, God, we're back to them.
always be your side. Their knockoff version of the Mastermind Creations Hexatron. It's going to have a little bit of diecast here. Don't know what else. I don't think they changed much else, but they put some diecast and it's going to be a little bit larger. I don't remember. Is this wolf head different?
I don't know.
I don't remember. The head's going to be different. You see the diecast at the crotch and back here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's taking them forever to get this thing out. I mean, how many times has Mastermind Creations released this thing now? In different variations? Re-releasing it again?
Fourth time now.
Clone Droid's still trying to get out there first. That's a, copy, a KO of theirs.
I didn't know it was this hard. What the heck's going on here? I don't remember all that hollowness there. Something's not done right here. This is still prototype, but I'm like, that's not done correctly.
Oh yeah, it's going to be prototype for the next couple of years. Hopefully we don't have them as a guest on here, but oh, here we go. This is good.
DX9 Astro Train. So you're gonna have Toy World Astro Train. You're gonna have DX9 Astro Train. Well, let's see there. Kind of like what we were talking about previously.
Mm-hmm.
Two third-party companies within the same week say that we're making an Astro Train. I'm just saying.
Yep.
This is going to be 24 centimeters. I don't know the metric system, so I don't know what that transfers to. Oh, 9.5 inches. Again, looks nice. I think they both look good. Toy World's obviously a little bit more ahead because they actually had prototypes out. And the X9, I mean, it's basically their designer and their unique toys. So here we have Mastermind Creations dead end.
Nice. Lockdown.
Or yeah, lockdown. Thank you. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh wow, that's not bad. Oh, isn't that
Face.
nice? He's got the gun face.
And check this out. Like all these little extra little things you can put on him. I mean, he's like the Masters of the Universe trap jaw.
There you go.
That's what it looks like. I mean, he's got all these little things here.
Well, bounty hunters need their weapons.
And okay, it doesn't show it here, but you look at this next picture to where there's obviously prototype. Looks like he's got like little heads. Yeah, those are heads there. That look like they're kind of molded in there. It looks like a Megatron, and that looks like Hot Rod and
It's got a trophy case, huh?
Yeah, so that's cool little thing there.
Half Predator, nice. Cool.
I guess it's
light up feature.
I don't know if it's a light up feature. Or someone just is lighting it up for. I don't know. Can't imagine this would come with electronics. Maybe it does. I don't know. I guess we'll find out more. X-Transbots, they are going to be coming out with sweeps and Scorch. So you're going to have your target master here. So these are actually going to be, your actual regular size. They're not going to be little legends. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that more haven't, third parties haven't jumped on this earlier with, Junkyons and the sweeps. I mean, army builders, especially for someone like you that owns like 60-foot soldiers,
Yes. Gotta have your foot soldiers.
And this looks good. I think it looks really good. Man, X-Transbots, they've come a long way in a year to where they're just kind of putting out these kind of little smaller dudes, and now they're putting out like these full-fledged figures. And like the two that we've looked at today, the Megatron and this, man, they look great. I know we're looking at a mock-up here, but that's what it's supposed to look like. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
You get the G1 gun, or his original G1 gun, and then the Target Master has too. All right, this is who's the company? Shape Shift Inc. We've taken a look at these two guys. Previous, obviously coming out with Skywarp and Thundercracker. Not really a big surprise there. You're gonna get an Optimus Prime, Fall of Cybertron, or Fall of Cybertron style. Sorry. Ultra Magnus gonna be larger, and then I'm assuming Genrai, or maybe it's just some like weird flight mode Optimus. It's some type of Optimus.
Yeah.
It's probably just a flight mode because you can kind of see like right here, the front. It looks exactly the same. So, and they're gonna go ahead and do bad cons. I do like that swindle face. And do they combine? It looks like they're going to.
Cool.
All right, BMOG. This is going to be released on Render Forum. These guys are going to be about $17. Like I said on the Facebook page, BMOG, they actually replied as well. Because I think $17 is a little too much for these. These are going to be like your original Battle Beast size. They look cool. They're really nice and detailed, but I kind of just I'll stick with my Beast Saga that are officially licensed. But I do think these look cool. If you can kind of see the little T-Rex here. So he's got the little bitty arms here, so the rest of this is robot arm. It's a nice detail.
Yeah.
So I think they look really good, but they're not going to be painted. You have to paint them yourself. They're
No.
$17
Uh,
because they're all done through render form.
well, you lost me there. So sorry.
I just don't want to. You got a Marty McFly here.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And it looks like for you, what, brownies? No,
Bronies.
bronies. Okay, always. I don't know, brownies. You're gonna get a little unicorn there. If I mean, if they came painted, I I would maybe consider it. Well, I'd probably just buy like the cool ones. Like I think this T-Rex one is pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. They should have painted them, made them bigger, and called them the Dinosaucers. That would
Oh
have been cool.
yes, that
That would
man,
have been
that'd
cool.
be ingenious.
Then I'd buy those. But
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. So I just looked down. I was like, wow, I'm on 15 of 42. Wow. All right.
well, while you're doing that, let me check some of the comments.
All right.
Where are we here? Dalton says the SX blur is looking good. Sorry to IDW fans, but this looks superior to the Generations version. TF Fan 75 says he's liking that blur. Down about Maximize says, hey, what's up? DX9 is coming out with some nice stuff. He also states. And that's it.
Oh, the fly. He's got like some nasty crap in his little thing back here. All right. Well, we've seen enough. I mean, you can go on there. Let's see. No, it doesn't have it on there. All right. We play with this too. You can see their blood bomb burst sketch here. This is going to be I guess, a Kickstarter exclusive. You can see landmine back here.
Not too bad.
And a little bit better images. So they're going to call this Bloodbath. And remember, these are ex-Hasbro people, too. So that's what I think is funny. They must have left on bad terms.
A little bit.
So you see the little guy right here. I mean, even the same weapon, too. He's going to separate. He becomes like his arms or his guns here. And I guess his chest and legs, they connect or something, and maybe become like a little target master or something. Or it's becomes some kind of weapon. But he's not going to be like an actual pretender.
He's not going to go inside of the shell there.
Well, he may go inside the shell. Yeah, that I don't know, but he's not going to be like a transforming robot that represents, the G1 pretenders, which is what I really wanted.
Yeah. It's kind of funny when you were talking to that guy at BotCon, they said that the one thing they would not touch was pretenders, and here's all these ex-Hasbro employees doing pretenders.
Yeah, so
I do wish that the wings were bigger so it was more show accurate, because I don't like the little rinky-dink shoulder wings.
This is more toy accurate.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys that have the Toy World Hegemon, going to be getting an add-on. Now we're looking at the add-on, so this is pretty much what you got so far. Now you can see you're going to be getting a silencer and stock as well.
Oh, so this is for the second release then?
Yeah.
Okay, because the first release he came with all that, and the mace and the sword.
Oh, it didn't? Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, they decided, well, we'll give you all the other stuff, but in a different package. That's funny.
I don't know that figure, so I don't know much about it. All right, we took a look at it last week. God, what is
yeah.
this company's freaking name? Anyways, you can kind of see the arms here. Different head. It looks like it's a larger head. And the arms are completely different. So
Yeah.
they just pull it off there, put that on. I think it looks cooler than the way the original was, mainly just because I hate the stupid mech tech weapon. I think it looks ridiculous on there.
Yeah. First edition Megatron, which was a deluxe size, that was much better. It's just, it was deluxe size, fortunately.
Let's look at that head. And this is from Versus Forge. They're going to be on in a couple of weeks, but they're thrown. They're going to have Autobot Decepticon. You can see Autobot. It just has a 90-degree angle here. Looks like they'll fit pretty much anyone on there.
Yeah. It's big enough that you could probably even put, Masterpiece Megatron on there too.
Yeah, because he's got quite a bit of room here. Look at this. He's got the slippers kicked off and just watching some TV.
Right on.
So yeah, Autobot 90-degree here. Decepticon has like an angle right here. I think that was it. Yeah. Dr. Wu. This is the I forget it. Is it breakout gun or something like that?
Oh, for evasion. Oh, okay. Yeah.
DWM04.
That looks pretty good. Not that. I like the Toys R Us or the Takara exclusive of the evasion mode. A lot better. But
I just got one to go with that DX9 Jinrai set.
yeah, true.
Here's the Dr. Wu cannon here for Masterpiece Wheeljack. So it looks like it's a little bit closer to being finished. The DWP22 engineer. And lastly, KFC. They're going to do the articulated hands for Sound Blaster. So.
Okay.
All right, so looked at quite a bit, especially the third-party stuff. Trying to remember what all we looked at, to be honest. The top three things that you think you saw from what we saw today.
What I liked was the SXS Blur. I like that one. Just because I'm a Chug collector too. I really like that. And like you said, not a lot of love goes to Blur. And I got the Generations Blur, but I kind of want that G1 style look because he's always had that futuristic vehicle mode.
I'm gonna go, I guess, with my first one with X-Transbot's Scourge, or the sweeps as well. The fact that it comes with a Target Master, also with the initial '86 movie release gun as well. or also season 3, I guess. I really like that. I think it's a nice little troop builder, and up until this point, the closest to looking even G1 accurate has been the Generations Scorch, which his alt mode, obviously doesn't look like that weird little surfboard flying through space, but um, I think it looks really good, and I wanted something to look a little bit more G1 look. I know they came out with that, was it Universe or Metal series or something version, but I didn't like the way that one looked. You know which one I'm talking about?
No, Universe. Scourge.
That was a Metal series or...
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Titanium series, yeah. I know what
Okay.
you're talking about, yeah.
So that would probably be the first one that I would say.
Yeah.
What's another one you think?
I go with X Transbots Megatron. I really like that they actually had not a mock-up, but the actual figure there, and it looks really good. Die-cast, fits in scale. You get all of the accessory pieces that you need to create the gun, which I think is really cool. And we're finally going to get it. I mean, granted, Takara could make Megatron, but again, it's one of those things, kind of like the whole Quake wave. I just want to have it, and if it's a solid product, chances are maybe I won't be getting
Yeah.
the official. So I go with that.
I had like I was gonna say the Blur too, and also the Megatron. So I'm trying to think of like different things here. Um, let me go with the Unique Toys Ripper Snapper.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to kind of change it up because as far as improving from where they were, when we looked at the Predacons a while back to where they are now, it's a huge improvement. Again, we'll kind of see how that all plays out when other ones come out. But as far as right now, I think that it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely. The last one I would choose would probably be the DX9 Galvatron. Those little, figures, Cyclonus and stuff. I mean, nothing against. I mean, there's what Unique Toys did Galvatron, right? Messiah King.
Yeah, they did him,
Yeah,
Mania
and they,
King, but this is like a smaller looking one. So
yeah, and I mean, well, it's better than what we got in the Chug line, the official. I mean, that thing was horrible, but I don't know. I have the Generations Metroplex, and that's a figure that I would probably have displayed with him or something like that. And I kind of liked it. It doesn't look like it took away from the actual character and modes being that small. That was pretty nice.
I guess the last thing that I'll go with is that X Transbot Megatron. It's just as far as you getting all the accessories, it's a win. As far as the price, it's a win. As far as MP10 scale, it's a win. So it's hard to look at that and look at all the positives and not very many negatives. We really don't even know of any negatives yet until we actually get the final product in our hand. But from what we've seen, it's just win all over the board, and I don't see how you can't put it in there. So, you guys, if you want to kind of participate with that, that's a new segment we're going to do at the end of the shows before we get to the topic. You can name your top 3. Again, these don't have to be things that you're absolutely buying, but out of what we looked at, what are kind of the top 3 highlights if you were to, like a Sports Center top 10, whatever. So, all right, so for the topic, we wanted to bring up many factions, and this was actually suggested by someone on the Facebook page, Robert West, so I appreciate that, man. I hope that's who it was. I think it was. But as far as mini factions, since we looked at so many third-party things, I thought we'd kind of break that down into what mini factions out there that I guess haven't been done that we think that third-party companies should kind of attempt or really need a little bit of love. So if you don't know mini factions, which is probably nobody, everyone knows what they are, but Battle Chargers, Jump Starters, the Cassette Seekers, Insecticons, Turbo Masters, Brain Masters, God Masters, Autobots, so on and so on. So we kind of picked out a couple that we thought needed some love and thought would be kind of cool, easy to do. You want to get the first one, or you want me to, James? Or what you were thinking?
Uh, yeah, you can start off. Go for it.
All right, I was gonna say the dual cons. So you have flywheels, and the other one's battle trap, correct?
Yeah.
So it's something very simple, and whenever with flywheels, so in case you don't know, he's a tank and he's also a jet. And there was a gimmick to where whenever you push the jet down onto the tank, he would pop up, and the tank would basically be his legs, and the jet would fold over and become like his arms, and his head would be revealed. And it was one of those little gimmick things. There's a lot of gimmicks in Transformers, and a lot of these things that we mentioned are going to have like those little gimmicks. But this is one that I think that third-party companies could really excel at, just because the jet only has to make room for folding over and have room for the arms and the head, to where, or maybe even some of the torso, whatever you want to fit in there. You're not trying to fit an entire robot into that jet. The same thing with the tank. You're not trying to fit an entire robot into the tank. You're just trying to fit the legs and maybe part of the torso, whatever, however you want to do that section. But I think that would be a lot easier to design. You don't have to have the thing where you push down and it pops up on its own, but you transform it. All right, there's that section. It's basically a parts former. Those are some guys that need some love, because they're kind of boring looking, or really boring looking, as far as the G1 goes. And they're not really that memorable. They were only in like 1 or 2 episodes of Headmasters, the Japanese series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I remember having the figures as a kid, but I just thought that they were just, here's Hasbro making money again, making these made-up characters. I didn't know they were actually in the Japanese Headmasters until, obviously within here in a few years.
Yeah. Well, they're in the comic books too a little bit, but yeah. For me, I'm going to go with the fire cons, because I really, I mean, we did get Cindersaur. He was in the BotCon, series and all that, but it doesn't look the same. I thought Cindersaur was a griffin, not a T-Rex, and they're ugly. They have the gimmick where you roll them on the ground. They have they spark like the Sparkabots, and that's another one I would actually want also, like a new Guzzle. But yeah, I mean, we saw those guys in Master Force, Supergun Master Force, and they're really impressive, but they're really crappy toys.
Oh God, they're awful.
They're ugly. They're the gimmick.
Even bend their arms.
Yeah, it's just they need some love, and it would be nice if they actually fit in size-wise and just kind of redone. I don't need the whole spark, put a flint thing in there so then we get the little charge and all that. I don't need that, but those guys, reintroduced, Flame Feather, Cindersaur, and I don't know who the other one was, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I've got 2. I need one more. Man, it's only like $10 or something like that, or $7. But I haven't brought myself to complete it, just because I'm like, I mean, do I really want 3 ugly things on my shelf right now?
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like, oh man, it's only like $10, but I'm gonna get a Starbucks coffee instead. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy the Firecon or the Sparkabot.
Another one that see, these things that we're naming, they're simple. As far as engineer, it doesn't seem like it would take a whole lot of effort to go into it. Also, you have repaint potential. Another one to do repaint potential is the Battle Chargers with Runabout and Runamuck. Yeah. Again, you don't have to have the gimmick anymore, so don't worry about the gimmick. But from what we've seen with all these third-party companies, it's not hard for them to make a car into a robot. Just make this one accurate to what these guys look like. And guess what? Exact copies, or the car is going to be a little bit different, but you can probably just get away, with just a few cosmetic changes on the outside. There's different things, so you're going to be able to leave exactly the same more than likely. But I think that would be easy to do.
Oh yeah.
And I think everyone would love those.
Yeah. I mean, we did get them in the Transformers Collectors Club, but to actually get them, more of the
Kind of a masterpiece style.
bigger look and stuff, which would be nice. Another one that I think that would be nice would be the Turbo Masters. I'm a huge, European G1-ish, I guess, Transformer fan, and I really would like to see a Thunderclash, a proper Thunderclash. I don't like that BotCon crap. Sorry. It doesn't fit for me. And not just to say get the figures, but bring back the missile firing features. I want that missile firing feature that we don't get, and especially if they're going to be made overseas, hopefully you don't have to adhere to a lot of the safety regulations so we can get these guys in their proper form. So, and Thunderclash being, I want the trailer, I want the base, design it really unique. That would be kind of cool. I would like that. And along with like the other ones like Scorch, even though I know a lot of these were put into BotCon, I don't care, but even Rotor Storm, that's another good one and such. So
I guess we'll do the last. We both agreed on the last one.
Yeah.
One that third-party companies need to. I don't know why you guys are missing the ball. You really need to get on these, but Dinobots.
Oh yeah, definitely. God.
I don't know why you guys haven't done these yet, but we both agreed on the Monster Bots. It's kind of, I guess the final one. They also had, spark feature, the little flint inside and stuff like that, but they were also from the Headmasters. But there's so much you can do with monsters, to where on, you're given a little bit more leeway with them, I believe, just because if you're trying to make something fit into a certain style looking car, then all these things that the way you want to do it have to move and do a certain thing. To where monsters, you've got a little bit more leeway, and so I think again they would be easy to do. Seeing some of the talent that these people have. Anything you wanted to add to that? I know you said you liked them too.
Oh yeah, I totally would like. I like the Monster Bots. I think they're really good, but I think a newer, representation of the characters like Double Cross, Repungus, and all those would be really nice. But yeah, I would enjoy that. A lot of pretty much is, I would say what I would really want out of third-party companies is go back and look at all those gimmick Transformers. And I'm not talking the ones that are popular, Target Masters and Brain Masters and Headmasters. Look at like the Trigger Bots. Look at the ones that over time the springs, they don't work as well, and they're suffering in the robot modes or even sometimes vehicle modes because of that gimmick, and redo those. That would be really cool and such. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's like an untapped market out there.
Yeah.
The poor gimmick ones.
They need love.
You did see it with Top Spin and Twin Twist with Mecha Ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And people seem to love those, man. They were buying them right up. And just a few slight little modifications, and it's basically just a couple of repaints, and then they came out with Diaclone versions or, stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and end it there. We do have the Aftercast at 9. So, James, do we have any comments before we end it?
Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, we have some comments from, it's like Sarge133 says his 3 figures that he would choose, top 3 out of the cast is X-Transbot, the Megatron, the Toy World Dinobot Combiner, and then he says third one was a little tough, but he would go with DX9 Astro Train. Dalton says he'd go with Planet X Snarl, DX9 Astro Train, and SXS Blur. BBZXA3 says he would go with the Megatron, the Transbot Megatron, DX9 Astro Train, and Unique Toys Abominus.
Okay.
He had also said that he would want God Masters, Power Masters would be the one that he'd want to go with. Dalton says, I would definitely love Duocons. Dinobot Maximize says Pretenders.
Yes.
Pretty good. And Dalton also says the Autobot Decepticon clones need some love, and not that X2 toys kind. Charles wants Godmasters. Dalton agrees, monster bots like Double Cross and Grotesque and such. And Dinobot Maximize, I would also love to see a very good Dinobot made MP or anything. The universe was good, but would have been better. There's quite a few out there. So, and some other deck also saying the Monstrous would make money for the longest time. Also, so yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Every time we do that little top 3 segment at the end, you guys kind of give your top 3 as well, and we'll just, we'll share yours live on the air before we end the show. Jaim, you want to go ahead and sign us out and tell people where they can find you?
Yeah. I am Jaim Victory Saber 77. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter. Don't forget our other shows. We have the Aftercast on my channel at 9 p.m. coming up here soon, every Saturday, Central Standard Time. And we also have the eBay shopping show, which is every other Thursday, which is coming up on the 13th of November at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on G1 Hexatron's channel.
All right, and you can find me, G1 Hexatron, on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and my Facebook page, The G1 Hexatron. Everything we looked at today is located on that Facebook page, so if you haven't already, go ahead and go like that. So thanks all for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the Aftercast and also next week. Peace.
See ya.